a forgotten village shrouded in an ancient forest, a tragic night changes Elara's life forever. Amidst a violent storm, ruthless men tear her family apart, but destiny reveals her hidden powers. Now, she must protect her gifted twins from dark forces that seek to exploit them. This is a tale of unimaginable loss, extraordinary strength, and a mother's unbreakable bond. Dive into Elara's epic journey of love, resilience, and the fight for a brighter future. In a remote village, nestled deep within an ancient forest, lived a compassionate woman named Elara and her devoted husband, Tarek. Their home, a modest cottage adorned with vibrant flowers and surrounded by lush greenery, was a sanctuary of love and anticipation as Elara neared the end of her pregnancy. They eagerly awaited the arrival of their twins, their joy palpable in every corner of their humble abode. Tarek, a skilled hunter and farmer, spent his days ensuring Elara was comfortable and well cared for. He built cradles, gathered herbs, and prepared the home for their soon-to-be-born children. However, a dark cloud loomed over their happiness, unseen and unfelt, until the night their lives were irreversibly changed. On a stormy evening, as thunder rumbled and lightning split the sky, Elara went into labour. Tarek was at her side, offering soothing words and holding her hand. Just as their first child entered the world, with a cry that echoed through the storm, the door to their home burst open. A group of men, cloaked in darkness and malice, stormed in. Tarek fought bravely, but he was no match for their savagery. They plunged a knife into his stomach, ending his life in an instant. Elara, still in labour, watched in horror as her husband fell lifeless to the ground. She screamed, a raw, primal sound that mingled with the storm outside. The men seized her newborn twins and vanished into the night, leaving Elara in a state of utter devastation. The villagers, alerted by her screams, arrived too late. They found Elara alone, cradling her lifeless husband, her cries of despair the only sound above the storm. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Elara, now a widow, was consumed by grief. She mourned not only the loss of Tarek, but also the disappearance of her babies. Nightmares plagued her sleep, visions of the brutal attack replaying over and over. She felt a deep, hollow emptiness, her heart shattered into pieces. One evening, while returning from the village market, Elara heard a cry for help from the nearby woods. Her instincts, still sharp despite her sorrow, led her to the source of the sound. She found a young boy who had fallen from a tree, his leg bent at an unnatural angle. As she approached to help, something extraordinary happened. The boy's injuries began to heal before her eyes. Flesh knitted together, bones realigned, and within moments, the boy was standing, unharmed and bewildered. He thanked Elara profusely and ran off, leaving her standing in shock. Elara returned home, her mind racing with questions. As she stepped through her door, a soft, calming voice spoke to her, urging her to run. Confused and frightened, Elara peered out her window and saw the men who had taken her babies lurking outside. They were attempting to break in. Heart pounding, Elara escaped through the back door, running into the night. The voice guided her to a large ancient tree and told her to hide behind it. She obeyed, and to her astonishment, the men could not see her. It was as if she had become invisible. The men searched fruitlessly before giving up and leaving. The voice then instructed Elara to follow them, promising answers and safety. Despite her fear, Elara felt a strange sense of trust in the voice. She followed the men stealthily, her movements silent and sure. They led her to a dilapidated house on the village outskirts. a place Elara had never seen before. From a hidden vantage point, she watched as the men entered the house. Inside, Elara saw a woman holding her twin babies. Her heart leaped with both joy and rage. She wanted to rush in, but the voice cautioned patience. She watched in horror as the woman transformed into a grotesque sorceress, her appearance dark and twisted. The sorceress tormented the babies, making them cry in terror. Elara clenched her fists, her body trembling with the effort to stay still. After what seemed like an eternity, the sorceress left the room. The voice urged Elara to act. She crept into the house, her heart pounding in her chest. She scooped up her babies who clung to her, their cries softening as they recognized their mother's touch. Elara fled the house, running as fast as she could. The sorceress, realizing her captives were gone, unleashed a series of dark rituals to track them, but a powerful force protected Elara and her children. The voice directed Elara to a hidden mountain hut far from the village. There, she found shelter for the night. Exhausted but relieved, Elara marveled at her babies. As she gazed at them, their eyes began to glow with a bright, otherworldly light, filling the room with a warm, comforting glow. The voice spoke again, revealing that her children were blessed with extraordinary powers beyond anything the world had ever seen. Elara's twins possessed abilities that not only protected them, but also allowed them to bring their thoughts into reality. The sorceress had coveted these powers, seeking to harness them for her own dark purposes. Elara vowed to protect her children with every ounce of her being, knowing that their powers made them targets for those with evil intentions. The next morning, Elara decided to leave the village for good. She knew the sorceress would stop at nothing to reclaim the twins. As they journeyed to a distant land, the sorceress tracked them down. In a moment of desperation, Elara screamed, and to her amazement, a torrent of water erupted from her mouth, sweeping the sorceress away. Elara realized that she too possessed supernatural powers, dormant until her children's birth had awakened them. The voice, ever present and guiding, revealed Elara's true heritage. She was the daughter of a selfless woman who had once aided an ancient enchantress. In gratitude, the enchantress had blessed Elara's mother with a child of immense power, Elara herself. With this newfound knowledge, Elara felt a surge of strength and determination. She stood tall, ready to defend her children against any threat. The sorceress, though weakened by Elara's water torrent, was not defeated. She attempted to recover and strike again. But this time, Elara's children joined her, their eyes glowing brightly. Together, they channeled their combined powers, creating a force so strong that the ground beneath the sorceress opened up, swallowing her whole and vanquishing her evil once and for all. Elara, filled with gratitude, thanked the voice for its guidance. She asked who it was, and the voice revealed itself as her guardian angel, sent by the enchantress to watch over Elara and her family. Elara returned to their mountain refuge, her heart swelling with love and hope. She knew her husband would have been proud to see their children, now safe and thriving. Years passed, and Elara's children grew into remarkable young adults. They used their extraordinary powers to help those around them, becoming protectors and guardians of their community. The villagers, who had once seen Elara as a tragic figure, now revered her as a powerful woman, blessed with a miraculous family. Through this tale of loss, resilience, and rediscovered strength, we learn that true power often lies hidden within, waiting for the right moment to awaken. By helping others and staying true to oneself, we unlock extraordinary potential, shaping our destinies and those of the ones we love. Thank you for joining Jom's journey and experiencing the power of acceptance and resilience with us. If you found her story inspiring, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned for more captivating tales ahead. Until next time, farewell.